Asian Americans are the country's most educated, most affluent, and fastest growing minority group. The Asian American population is expected to increase 115% to 34.3 million by 2050, and projected to overtake Hispanics as the largest immigrant group in about 40 years. For most Asian Americans, there is a belief that higher education leads to financial success and thus family security, which drives a push to college enrollment. In fact, Asian Americans have become among the most educated in the United States. 52% of Asians have a bachelor's degree or higher, compared to 31% of the total population. What's even more impressive is where Asian Americans are earning their degrees. More and more Asian Americans are filling the classrooms of top-tier colleges in the United States, and thus the profile of this immigrant population will skew even more educated and presumably more affluent. For instance, at MIT, Asian Americans make up almost 1/4 of the total student body, despite accounting for just 6% of the total US population. This incredible rise in Asian American graduates from the most prestigious schools, coupled with the fact that Asian Americans are the fastest growing racial group in the country, should send a signal to marketers that this demographic will continue to represent significant value as consumers. The college-age Asian American population is growing at staggering rates, doubling over the last 20 years. The growth at elite universities across the US is especially noteworthy. At the nation's top colleges, Asian American undergrads represent the largest minority, from 13% at Brown to 24% at MIT, and Asian American enrollment is showing no signs of slowing down. At Ivy League schools, the number of Asian American freshmen increased significantly over the past 2 decades. At Harvard, the class of 2000 was 16.4% Asian American, compared to the class of 2019 at 21.1%. At Yale, the percentage of Asian American freshmen climbed from 17.2% to 21.9% during the same period. At Brown, the percentage leaped from 15% to 20%, and at Dartmouth, the Asian American freshman population doubled from 9.9% to 19%. These are extraordinary numbers to begin with, and even more so considering that Asians, as previously stated, make up 6% of the total US population. In addition to studying at top colleges, many Asian American students are graduating with degrees associated with high earnings. The top 10 majors for graduating Asian American students were the following: business administration, biology, nursing, psychology, accounting, economics, finance, political science, sociology, and electrical engineering. And not surprisingly, over 30% of bachelor's degrees majoring in STEM subjects were received by Asians. What does it mean when the nation's top colleges have a graduating class every year that is 20 to 25% Asian American? For brands seeking a young, fast-growing, educated, and affluent consumer group, there is no question Asians represent an untapped market. For companies seeking the best talent and that want to appeal to future leaders and influencers would also do well to grow their brands with the Asian segment. Asian American millennials and post-millennials are set to have tremendous influence in the marketplace. Just look at the current buying power of Asian Americans. Asian Americans have the third largest spending power of all multicultural groups, at $825 billion, which is greater than the economies of all but 17 countries. Their current buying power is expected to increase 32% to $1.1 trillion by 2020. One reason for this projection is the unprecedented growth of a generation of highly educated Asian Americans who chase a supersized American dream.